I was a member of the Naresh Chandra Commission. We also recommended the similar thing in 2011, 2012. And in fact, it goes back beyond, even before the Kargil Review Commission, it goes to the Arun Singh Committee report in 1990s. So right from that time onward, there has been a feeling that you need better integration in the armed forces. And that's the key to reforming the armed forces. Right now, if you look at it, eventually the idea is that you set up theater commands. Today, if on the eastern side, if you see, Navy's Eastern Command is in Visakhapatnam, Army's is in Kolkata, and the Air Force is in Shillong. So if you were fighting a battle in the eastern sector, you would have commands which are almost 2,000 kilometers apart. So this is an absurd situation. Now, the reason why Prime Minister had to announce it is that this has been blocked over all these years. In part, it has been blocked by opposition from within the services. In the sense, each of the services, meaning the service chiefs, think that their authority will be diminished if such a chief of defense staff is appointed. That's one part of it. The second part of it is that the bureaucracy has opposed it. The bureaucracy, unfortunately, we have what I call a non-expert civilian bureaucracy running our Ministry of Defense. Now, these non-experts are masters of procedure rather than experts in their subject. So what they do is that they are able to divide the three services because they have three different leaderships. So I think eventually, after all these years, and I'm talking to someone who was very much involved in this process, it became very clear that this decision had to be taken at the apex political level.
Okay.
It has to be rammed down people's throat.
So you're
this
saying,
is not an unusual.
So the fact that mentioning it helps build some political impetus for it to be rammed through, that it needed something like this so that it gets followed through on, is what you're saying.
Well, you see, what I'm saying is that in the US, integration has been brought in through a legislation. The Goldwater-Nichols Act back in, I think, late 80s. Till that legislation came, the US armed forces were not integrating. They were kind of resisting the process. Same thing is happening here. So I think we needed the Prime Minister to take ownership of the process, because once the Prime Minister sends the signal, it goes down the line, and it has to be, as I said, political. Okay. All countries which have dealt with this, in China, it is Xi Jinping who pushed through the reform between 2013 and 2015. So for a variety of reasons, this is not something which can be done by bureaucracies. It must be done politically. And I'm very glad that the Prime Minister has taken it up. I hope that he sees this as the beginning of a process, not its end.